So I was pleasantly surprised today to find that there's a new airliner been released as freeware. And this is the Boeing 767-300 ER. I'm not too sure how well this cockpit matches real life, but I will of course as usual put up some real life pictures and we can compare them. That looks old. That looks old. That looks old. So I mean, this looks like it's 80s design, so maybe 747. Not too sure. Maybe, I don't know at all actually. Ah, great. So obviously with all this rubbish that's gone on with the throttle controls, currently I've got it set for testing the Hurricane, and the Hurricane made me set it up with just engines 1 and 2, so I need to set that back to the other one and try it, and then if that doesn't work, set them all to the same axis. So let's just do that now. So this is my original setup, the one I've been using since, as you saw, July last year. And they all appear to be working, so that's good. We can just use a standard one. Having said that, we don't know if it's going to start, but yeah, we'll give it a go and see how we get on. So first of all, let's have a good look around the cockpit. It does indeed look like a Boeing cockpit in a Boeing aircraft. Yay! First hurdle overcome. So many recently have gone inside an aircraft and it's a Boeing aircraft, but it's got an Airbus cockpit, or it's an Airbus aircraft and it's got a Boeing cockpit. That's because 2-engine and 4-engine, if you've got 4 engines, you're going to tend to want to use a Boeing cockpit because that's what we've got in game. And if you're going to go 2 engines, you're probably going to want to use an Airbus cockpit because that's what we've got in game, is an Airbus 2-engine cockpit. Yeah, everything's not in the middle. That's the middle, but it's not. That's fully over to the right. That's bizarre. So it's a pretty basic model so far. You can see there's a couple of weird glitchy bits just here around the engine nacelles. Yeah, the windows, they are in fact see-through, like they should be. Engine's a bit shiny. I didn't expect it to be that shiny. But it's looking good. Someone's having a hard time. I mean, some areas are looking a bit basic, like the undercarriage, but I'm sure this will be fine. Like, it does look like that the metal part of the undercarriage goes inside the wheels, but it's early days. It's the first version, oh well, second version is first amendment to the original. So we'll give it a go and see how we get on. So the 767-300 ER. Strange, battery doesn't seem to be. Well, we'll see how we get on. Okay, so fuel appears to be on, and external power is engaged, so let's start the APU. Oh, the lights don't appear to switch on. Oh, that is interesting. They make the noise, some of them, but they don't appear to move. So I'm not too sure which engines are going to be which. Let me show you what I mean. 2 engines. 4 engines. 2 engines. 4 engines. So I'm guessing it'll be 1 and 2 as opposed to 1 and 4 or 2 and 3. Well, we're just going to assume that the APU is on. Yeah, these switches aren't doing what they're supposed to do, I guess, so can't really tell what's going on. Well, I can hear the engines spooling up, but I don't know which are and which aren't. It's looking like we've got engine 1, but no engine 2. Fuels are all checking okay. Yeah, so we still don't have engine 2 going. Could it really be this is engine 3? And let's try engine 4. really disconcerting not being able to see which way the switches are. As you can see, that's actually giving me hydraulic brake pressure, so that means engine 1 is running. And if I click that, it cuts out engine 1, which means engine 1 is turned off. But whichever way we're looking at it, we've got both engines started now, so that's good. So overview is off. So we're running on our own power now. It really would help if I could check things, and it's just I have no idea what's going on because half the switches don't move, even though I can hear them engaging and disengaging.
Sydney clearance delivery 767ER1 IFR to Canberra, ready to copy.
767ER1 is cleared to Canberra Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 07 climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Departure frequency is 129.7 squawk 1262.
767ER1 cleared to Canberra Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 07 climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Departure on 129.7 squawk 1262.
767ER1 readback correct. Contact ground on 121.7. Good day.
So we're cleared initially to 13,000. We're departing on 7. We squawked 1262. Departing on 129. And we can see that we're at 7478i. Very entertaining. So get our yoke back. Now the thing I'm most worried about is the flight controls, because that's fully right, that's fully left, and if I center it, it goes like that. Similarly, my rudder controls, that is centered. So if I go fully right, that's centered, that's fully left. Doesn't look correct at all. That is amazing. Okay, flight controls will work, so we should be okay. So there's just some sort of weird bug inside the cockpit.
767ER1 requesting pushback.
767ER1 pushback request accepted.
The wheels animate as well, that's amazing.
Sydney ground 767ER1 requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the left.
767ER1, your request has been transmitted to the operator.
And the 767 is an old aircraft now. She's what, 25 years in service?
Sydney ground 767ER1 requesting the end of pushback.
Take a left. Okay. Left. They're on. So fast, so good. Nice one. Race go. Last hour's going to be well. It's not very light on the outside. It's still light on the outside, so
Sydney Tower 767ER1 at runway 07 ready for departure IFR to Canberra.
767ER1 QNH 29er decimal 83 wind 007 at 19er. Cleared for takeoff runway 07.
Cleared for takeoff runway 07 767ER1.
So that was a bit worrying. If I use the POV app on my joystick, spring left goes spring left, spring right does spring right, but it doesn't centre when you let go again. That's a bit weird. Anyway, we're lined up. Let's give it a go and see if we can fly. Climb, 500, gears up, flaps up.
767ER1 contact 290.7. Good day.
Going to 129.7767 ER1.
Velocity 1089er. Follow the generic.
That is a very unusual vertical cloud formation ahead of us. What on earth is that? Yeah, that's a very bizarre way of working.
Melbourne Centre 767 ER1 is passing 9,400 feet, climbing 13,000 feet.
767 ER1 Melbourne Centre QNH 29.8 continues to test it as planned.
Melbourne Centre 767 ER1 requesting vector to next waypoint.
767
That is not what I
ER1 will
wanted.
continue to test it turning in following heading 240 or resume on navigation. Generic Zulu Foxtrot Charlie traffic is 9 o'clock, 4 miles at 2,500 feet generic. Report them in sight. Generic Zulu Foxtrot Charlie, you are 2,300 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet QNH 29.83. Generic X-ray Kilo Victor traffic is 12 o'clock, 3 miles at 2,000 feet generic. Report them in sight. Generic X-ray Kilo Victor, please expedite your descent 2,400 feet.
So this is very strange.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Generic Zulu Foxtrot Charlie.
If I give it anything more than
Generic Zulu Foxtrot
10% throttle, we go to full speed. And the speed's still climbing. And I've
Generic
got no
X-ray Kilo
throttle on.
Victor have the traffic.
Yeah, I just never do understand this Boeing configuration because it's been told to go to 13,000. We haven't even breached 10 yet and it's just ignoring my commands. So I give it +8 and it'll go up now. But the weirdest thing is none of these buttons are where they should be.
Generic
That-
Zulu Foxtrot Charlie, please expedite your descent 2,000 feet.
I'm sick and tired of listening to that idiot.
Generic X-ray
Just
Kilo
do what
Victor,
he's
please
telling you.
expedite your descent 2,400 feet.
So we have 312, we're doing 323. We have 1300, 130, we're at 10, climbing slowly. So it sort of works. The flight director is on, even though it says off. Auto throttle is armed, even though it says it's off. Oh, there we go. It is now. Jesus.
Generic X-ray Kilo Victor, please expedite your descent 2,400 feet.
As you can see, we're only using engines 1 and 2.
Melbourne Centre, Qantas 683,000.
taxi at Melbourne Centre QNH 29.83 continue as planned.
So Sydney to Canberra, and one of the problems we're going to have is this isn't working, so we've got an MCDU, so I can't check the ILS.
Velocity 837, please expedite your descent 10,000 feet.
But I do know that we're supposed to be on 35, so yeah. So we can see that we need to be at 3,100 feet when we cross the final marker, and our initial marker at Katia is around 5k. So between here and there, between Daly and Katia, we need to be down to about 5,000 feet, and we need to be down to 3,000 feet by the time we get to Damco. Broken clap, we should be okay. I'm looking pretty good. I mean, I would describe the model as a fairly basic model, but you know, it's an aircraft, it flies, it does what it's supposed to do. Looks great. Well, I'm probably going to keep this one in my stable of aircraft because out of all the Boeings I've tried recently, the 737s, the 747 SP, oh my gosh, this is by far the best one. And even the nav lights work. I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll sort out all the switches, all the other bits and pieces fairly soon, and then it'll be absolutely beautiful. Just little things. I mean, it does look like a radio-controlled aircraft at the moment, but Rami would be proud. Yeah, it does what it's supposed to do. Looks okay. It does come with its own painting package, so you can make your own paints for it. I might paint one up just for me. There's some really strange things going on with the clouds recently though, so what is going on? It's just got flat backs. It's flat. That one over there is flat. These are just tall and flat.
Melbourne Centre, generic Victor Hotel Mike Zulu Foxtrot is at 6,000 feet, climbing 10,000 feet.
Generic Victor Hotel Mike Zulu Foxtrot, Melbourne Centre QNH 29.
So I was a little bit mistaken earlier. It's the 300ER was in service in 88, not 95. So yeah, that's been around a while.
7ER 1 descent and maintain 10,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet 767 ER1.
Contact Melbourne Centre on 133.15. Good day.
133.15 for 767 ER1. Melbourne Centre 767 ER1 is at 17,200 feet, descending 10,000 feet.
767 ER1 Melbourne Centre QNH 29.88 continue to Lanyo as planned.
So this old bus, she's been in service 33 years. It's quite a long time for an aircraft to be around. Which is why it looks old, I guess. no clouds, we'll be able to see the airfield over there in front of. There's too many clouds. It's like 10, 12 miles away. So we need to be down around 5,000 feet when we cross Daly. So we should get another descent order as soon as we get this down to 10,000. And we'll slow down now to around 240. And as we start the turn in, we're going to go down to 200. Maybe one, well, actually, we'll go down straight into 180, I think. And we're turning, so down to 180.
767 ER, 1 descent, and maintain 5,400 feet.
Descend and maintain 5,400 feet, 767 ER1.
And spoilers around. We're still a bit too fast for flaps. I'll wait until we're in the middle of our turn to the left before I put flaps in. Turbulence. It slows down because we're going a bit fast this turn. We need to get the flaps out. So I'm going to go flaps to 20. And speed to 17.
767 ER1, you are 18 miles south. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect VOR DME runway tree 5 approach via Mency transition. Cleared to Mency.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect 4 DME runway tree 5 approach via Menza transition. Cleared to Menza 767 ER1.
gear down.
767 ER1 descent and maintain 5,100 feet.
Descend and maintain 5,100 feet, 767 ER1.
So that's our call down to 5,100 for passing our first initial point, which is Menzie. So from Menzie now we're going to get Katia and Mumbai. And Mumbai we should be down to 4,600. So we should probably be given the go ahead down to 3.8 or 3.4 for the last two, before Doronenko at 3,100. So Doronenko's there and we are just heading into our straight now.
And maintain 4,200 feet.
Descend and maintain 4,200 feet, 767 ER1.
And speed to 150. Brakes are on full auto, spoiler is armed, flaps are 20, going to 25, flaps 25, gear is down and not down according to that, what? Okay, so that's another one that doesn't move even though it should do.
767 ER1 descent and maintain 3,500 feet.
There's our call to 3,500.
767 ER1, please acknowledge.
Descend and maintain 3,500 feet, 767 ER1.
So Doronenko's coming up, we're halfway to Doronenko. So we should be given our final down to 3,000 and then they'll be on manual landing from there. So flaps to full.
767 ER1, you are 7 miles south of Canberra. Contact Canberra Tower on 118.7 when inbound on the approach.
And we are definitely, most definitely on our approach.
Tower on 118.7, 767 ER1. Canberra Tower 767 ER1, 6 miles south inbound 4 DME runway 35 approach.
767 ER1 Canberra Tower. QNH 29.85.19 at 7. Cleared VOR DME runway 35 approach. 767 ER1.19 at 7. Cleared to land runway 35.
Cleared to land runway 35, 767 ER1.
So there's no VOR DME set up, so approach there's nothing. So we need to be off autopilot. And looking ahead, it looks like we've got a bit of a tree line there, so we're going to avoid that.
runway when able.
What the hell was that? That was interesting. So, the aircraft, well, there is a fair amount of missing functionality. It didn't want to stop on landing, as if the auto brakes weren't working, and I didn't see the spoilers go even into flight detent, so. And the model's fairly basic. I mean, things like if you watch the rudder animation, that looks a bit sketchy. So for now I'm going to give it 7 out of 10. I'm going to keep it in my list of, well, in my current aircraft, because it's going to be nice to see if anyone else uses it at other airfields. And I do like to have as many as I can in there, so that I get a wide variety of aircraft. I mean, it's nice to see the helicopters as well. Instead of watching the Cessna hovering, you can actually see the real helicopter as it is for them, which is also great. Now I'm guessing this minivan's not going to stop for me, so it's going to get squished. Oh, sensible. No, not sensible at all. Trying to rush through, crash into my undercarriage. Nice. No doubt that'll be my fault because I've been drinking alcohol. Oh, naughty pilot. Yeah, 7 out of 10 so far. Hopefully they'll improve a lot on this. Get it up to an 8 or a 9.